What's happening, guys and girls? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a hot minute. Welcome back after the last video I did with the G81 touring and Chris Harris. There is more coming from me and him very, very soon, and some exciting developments for the G81. Now, this is the start of a project, and I am determined to see this through, because I know that I say that I'm going to do something and then I get involved in work and I'm like, but this time off has really shown me what's important. And one of the biggest things in my life that I find extremely important is my dad, and collecting all these stories. He's 77 now, and you know, I've had this time off and I get to spend some time with him, and I'm just like, do you know what, I want to do something for him that would be fun and kind of get him back out in his old race car. So I'm going to head over to my dad's house now. The plan is we're going to revive his old race car so we can take it to Santa Pod and get it all ready and get it done up so that he can move his car into my unit, so he's got some more space and it's somewhere where he can work on it super easily and we can make videos together. So we're going to run over to my dad's house now. We're going to go have a chat, figure it out. These are all the stories that I've always wanted to capture with him, and they're so important to what makes me me as well, and why I'm even in this position, making these silly videos and talking about cars for the whole of my life. So let's jump into it. Super excited about this one. Yeah, it's gonna be really good. I absolutely fucking love my old man. Like, he's brilliant. So I'm happy to share him with you. So let's go find out. All right, back at the homestead. Do you know, every time I come here, it's like, oh, there's the dog anyway. It's like a memory bank. Dad has everything here. It's great to see that the Lincoln is still going strong on the driveway there. I popped over to see Dad to talk to him about this new project, because I'm actually really excited about it. I feel like this is the right thing to do. For a car that I've known my entire life, it sits right next to the E21 for me. So I feel like if it's over at the unit, we can take care of it, and then it can be, I don't want it to be a museum. Dad, I don't want it to be a museum piece, because you're not a museum piece. That's how I feel. I'm like, I don't want to turn you into a museum. That sounds so morbid, doesn't it, when I'm like turning into... But you know what I mean? I do think that car is such a part of your life.
It is.
And my life, really.
Yeah.
Do you remember when I was really young and I couldn't understand
how noisy it was?
Yeah, I used to cry. I remember Dad would go into the garage and start the Monster, and I'd cry my eyes out because I couldn't understand what a straight through exhaust was. Now, how long have you actually had this car?
Since 1967.
67, so I was minus a lot at that point.
It was a brand new car that belonged to my dad. Oh, he died in 69, so it came into my absolute possession in 69, but it's been in the family since it was new. I used to work in my school holidays cleaning cars and doing odd jobs around a Roots garage near where I lived at the time, and I fetched that car from the compound at Wrighton. So every mile on it, apart from, it had about 1 mile, 1.5 miles on it when I fetched it. So I've known that car ever since it was completely brand new at the Roots factory.
Now, for all of you that don't know what the Roots group is, because trust me, I didn't know what it was either, it's an entirely English car manufacturer.
Yeah, the Roots family, Billy Roots and his brother, bought up companies like Singer and Humber and Sunbeam and created a group. They made cars called Hillman
Hunters,
Humbers,
Sunbeam Tigers,
and Singer Vogues.
So it was almost like a trim level, or was the actual body different to a Hillman Hunter?
No, the body was identical.
Right, so it was like a trim level.
Yeah.
So Singer Vogue, Hillman Hunter, was there anything below that or no?
There were Hillman Minks.
Hillman Minks. Now, you picked this up, obviously your dad, my granddad, passed away in 69.
69, yes.
69. And was it left in your possession, or was Grandma like, you can keep it?
I bought it off Grandma.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought it for £500.
That's a lot of money back then, though.
It was. It was £998.
Brand new.
Brand new.
Imagine that, lads. A car costing £998. The only thing you get...
there was 50% income tax, purchase tax
I mean, whenever we talk about the economics of, I don't want to say back then because I always feel like I'm making you sound like you're prehistoric, but it's just like the times have changed so much. So you bought that car. You then decided after how many years that you were going to take it racing?
I ran it as my road car until I graduated.
So you're 21.
In 71. And I started racing in 71 and drove the car to the track. I then decided in 74 that I would trailer it.
So you took it off the road?
I took it off the road.
Cool.
And that's when I painted it and put traction bars on it and revalved the front shocks and took off the anti-roll bars and slick shifted the gearbox.
I mean, just a bit of work. You did. I can't wait for you guys to see this because like Dad hand drew the flames on it. You put the roll cage in, didn't you?
I did.
Please tell me what material you used to make the roll cage.
It's the right thickness.
But what is it?
Hydraulic pipe.
It's all right. This car is agricultural. It's a sign of the times, but I just love the fact that you did all of that yourself.
Yes.
It's good.
I bent up the tubes and welded them into place. Everything was run out of a scrapyard or what I could make myself. The traction bars were made I was working at Massey Ferguson at the time, and they were made in a workshop over at Banner Lane.
So this is 1971. What did your friends...
74.
74. What did your friends think when you were like, I'm just going to take this car and I'm going to paint flames on it and I'm going to take it drag racing?
They thought I was a very strange boy.
But one of the reasons that Dad always tells me that he started going drag racing, because did you do banger racing or
banger racing?
Banger racing.
Yeah.
And you tell me the story of when you got turned upside down in the car. I mean, did they use like water drums for ballast?
I used rather than a radiator, because radiators tended to get hold
at the front,
when you crashed into somebody else. I used the 50-gallon drum in where the back seat would have been, and so I ended up with 50 gallons of boiling water by the end of a race, and I got tipped upside down, and I was lucky not to be scalded. There was hot water everywhere.
Oh my God.
So my insurance man decided that it would to do something else would be sensible.
He says sensible. Painting it green and putting flames on it and going drag racing and all of that doesn't strike me as sensible.
The reason that the basic body colour is I had a Honda Scepter, which is a similar body shape, which was my road car, and that was Phantom Mist colour, Phantom Mist green, and so I wanted matching race car and tow car.
Was it like a thing back then if you had a matching tow rig to your race car that you were like...
Al O'Connor, Al's Gasser.
Oh, I've seen pictures of that.
Yeah, and he had a Ford Pilot, which was an American Ford made in England, with a V8 side valve engine. And he had the tow car painted exactly the same as the race car, which was the look I was after.
That's mad, isn't it, that these things...
And I made my own trailer out of a caravan chassis.
It sounds safe. I feel like, you know what I love about you, Dad, is that by hook or by crook, you made it happen.
Yes. It wouldn't do more than 40 miles an hour without snaking.
I can't wait for you guys to actually see the roll cage on this thing. Well, I'm not being mean about your craftsmanship, Dad. In today's safety standards, it quite possibly wouldn't pass.
It wouldn't.
But the interesting thing...
I would refuse it.
Well, that's the other thing. Dad spent many, many years... You went onto the safety committee of the BDRA, FIA, MSA.
Yes, I was a member of the FIA Drag Racing Commission since the late 90s, all the way through to the 2000s, until recently, when I've been stood down because I'm too old.
Which is upsetting because obviously Daddy spent so many years dedicating his life to the safety of the sport and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, Dad will always still be involved. I mean, you're still doing stewarding.
I'm a consultant now to the Motorsport UK Dragster Subcommittee.
There you go. So he can still get his kicks, don't worry. I had checked on that.
And doesn't preclude me from being a steward.
Okay.
So I will, I've already accepted that the 2 FIA rounds at Santa Pod in 2025.
Great.
I will be a steward at both of those.
Because drag racing is important to this whole story, because that's exactly what Dad took the Singer Vogue and did for years. You were production champion. I think it was like, I can't even remember the names on the trophies. Was it 81, 82 or something? It's very cool. So we're going to go and take a look at the car, figure out what it needs, because ultimately with this story, I think it'd be really nice to have your car next to the E21 where I can take care of it, because it's like a family heirloom now. And Dad at one point said that he wanted to be buried in it, which I vetoed, because also you're never allowed to die. That's not allowed to happen. So we need to keep it in good condition for you.
I wanted AC/DC Highway to Hell played at my funeral. And I would be embalmed and shoved into the driving seat of the Vogue.
So that's not happening. We're going to move... We're going to move the car over to my unit so I can take care of it, but it's going to be a bit of a project for me and Dad to get it over there, figure it out. So we're going to go take a look at it, but off the top of your head, Dad, what do we need to do?
Well, we need to rebuild the carburetors. We need a new battery in it. And
tyres.
It's still on the racing slicks, so they go down. They're porous, so they're ancient.
And it's very important because ideally I would love to take the car out for one more Santa Pod with you, and we'll both do a burnout in it. That's the plan for this, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let's go and take a look at the car because it's a beautiful sunny day here in the UK, and we better get moving. Let's go have a look. There he is, young man. Yeah. So how old were you here?
That was about 1980.
Yeah.
Late 70s.
And I remember this photo, so I've got this in my garage.
That was 2006.
Yeah.
A magazine interview.
Lovely. Come on then. Let's not wind the dog up. Well, there she is. Beautiful. Now, I've actually never noticed, but this is kind of like a pearlescent, isn't it?
Yes.
Like the paint.
Yes.
I absolutely...
Phantom Mist.
I absolutely love this. Like, whenever I think of you just as a kid, it's actually really expertly done. Do you know the really funny thing is, Dad's actually really good at art. When I was a kid, I used to have to do these like drawing scenes. Do you remember you doing... I'd have to draw like a Roman family having dinner or something, and I'd come back in with my homework and it was a complete Picasso, and they were like, God, you're very good at drawing. I was like, it's actually Dad. Like, I think this is gonna look so sick, Dad. So quickly, let's have a quick look around it. As you said, these need sorting.
Ford Anglia wheels, 3.5J, narrower wheels at the front. I used to run the tyres at 50 psi.
Yeah, the slicks need to...
These slicks need Avon slicks.
Right, and we need to get you a new set of slicks. Battery, because this thing isn't going to start, is it?
No.
Okay. Ah, yes, more things.
Trophies.
Oh, wow! Oh, Dad, that's amazing.
That was third one year in the RAC Championship.
I didn't even know that all these were in here.
Yeah.
BDRA winner 1985 production. Dad, you should have these displayed. 21st Big Go winner. Big 60. Oh, Big 60. Christ. Why do you have them in a box? They're just in storage. Well, these are all the things I want to revive anyway. So we need battery, tyres. Obviously, what is that? Is that the
spray gun? The spray gun.
And this will actually help Dad in a big way because, you know what, we could all need a little bit more garage space. The back doors, the back... Oh, they do open, yeah. Yeah, this is class. I can't actually explain to you the smell in here. It's like old school car mixed with old fuel. Oh, look at all these. Oh, there's so much cool stuff in here. International Hot Rod Association. There's so much old, like, memorabilia from the time. This is going to be so cool. Oh, check her out. The old pipes. I mean, you did a remarkably good job, Dad. I'm very impressed.
I did. It was to the specification at the time.
Now, is there anything else that you'd like to do to it? You said that you need to jet the carbs, so can you... It always baffles me just how, like, simple the engine bay of this car is. We might just have to hold it. I'll hold it up here just because the light's better. How simple this car is. So, two twin 40s or 45s?
40s.
Twin 40s.
It's basically an H120 Rapier engine, which was a standard roots engine of 105 horsepower. The company Holbay sorted the engine out, hence it has a Holbay rocker cover and twin 40s on the standard production manifold. That's the original block.
It's the original block, but it looks like you've painted it green. I've never noticed that.
I had it bored 60 thou over. It's the original crank, original clutch, original rotating parts, but with a Holbay head on it. Yeah.
So I'm going to head back now to the garage and start working on some space for this to go. But I'm super excited. I feel like this is going to be a fun journey. As I said, with the idea for you to do a burnout in it and, you know, take it, if possible, take it to Santa Pod and do a run.
Burnouts with Dad.
Well, yeah, exactly. That'd be great.
That was the original video.
Was it? Which one?
The original one where you came
yeah,
to the
oh my
race
God, when I
meeting.
first started my channel, yeah. Well, this is great.
It Burnouts with Dad, and then
he knows my channel better than I do.
Retitled it.
Oh, sorry. Right, guys, I'm really excited to go on this journey with Dad. Dad, are you happy that the car is going to be going on its little adventure?
I'm extremely happy. It's a shame for it to sit, basically a part shelf. It would be nice if it was properly on view to people.
Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. Just coming home. Right, guys, I'll see you on the next video. Stay tuned in the series because this is going to be a fun one. And me and Dad will see you very soon.